Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. It's football time in Texas and around the league. The NFL has finally come back to civilization. Yes, that's right. A little rock reference there. Today starts or marks the day that the Dallas Cowboys have started training camp. Welcome to Cowboys Cutting Up. I'm J-Stogs. That gentleman next to me is Trey, the man. Yo, I'm telling you, Trey, how are you doing?
I'm doing a lot better now that I know
Yes.
training all football camps are in session. All the teams are
There you
in.
go.
We are 2 weeks away from preseason football. I'm
There you
2
go.
days are starting here in South Texas for high school kids. It's
There
here.
you
I'm
go.
sorry, wives. You had your husbands for a whole summer. It's over now. It's
The
it's
whole
done.
summer.
You got all your family stuff out of the way because it's here. I know my wife's like, really? Football again? I'm like, yes, football is back.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
long enough. Like, what are you talking
Football.
about?
And it's look, we went away. We had to recharge, and I know you're like, wait, you only had a couple of shows. Yes, we had to recharge because guess what? We do a lot of different stuff. This isn't the only thing that we do, right? Tuesday nights, make sure that you check us out on the Sports Shop. That's myself, A. Reed, and of course, Big Game James. We had to boot him off because he was talking too much Tampa Bay Buck stuff on Cowboys Cutting Up. We just couldn't have it. So, bye-bye, James. Nice to have known you. We'll see you on Thursdays, where you can catch us on Big Game Sports Buzz. Also on ASAP, All Sports, All Plays, Sports Network, which is where you're seeing us right now. But make sure that you like, subscribe, smash that bell so you know when the Cowboys Cutting Up is coming on. Because I tell you what, it's going to be some awesome stuff. This is going to be a great year. As the title states, Cowboys, we need to start planning for that Super Bowl parade. Maybe.
Dude, I want the Kool-Aid you're drinking, boy, because you and Jerry Jones,
Man,
I
look.
don't know what's going on. I mean,
And you know what? Let's start there. In the press conference that he had today. We were talking about that pre-show and like, what did you say to me as far as just, some of the things, just the feeling that he was giving?
what I was saying to you backstage, he looks
Yeah.
old and looks
Yeah.
doesn't look like the same Jerry. Like he's filling the Cowboys with false hope. We all know if you're a true Dallas Cowboy fan, this is all BS,
Yeah.
right? We
Yes.
all know this is not a better version of the Dallas Cowboys than what they were last year. We didn't do anything in the offseason. We have what $20 million plus in cap space. He's going to sit there on the press conference and say, "Oh, we didn't do anything because we felt that our young players are going to step up and this and that and the other." I'm like, but you let Mari Cooper go. That's a big weapon.
Yes.
You let all these
Yes.
you let the defensive linemen go. You let Randy Gregory.
Yes.
You let him go. But yet we got better and we didn't add anybody. How is that? My only
We
thinking
didn't add
is
anybody. Yeah.
my only thinking is good news for Dallas Cowboys today. Jabari Cox came back. Thank God. He's back
Yes.
practicing. Michael Gallup's on the PUP list. That's going to be he's. It looks like he's going to make a full recovery probably by week 2. We're hoping. Help the receiver core a little bit right there. We all know he's not going to be 100% probably until next season, but at least his presence there alone will help. My only thought process in all this, and we still have cap space. Jerry wants to see what this team looks like through training camp this first week,
right?
And a couple preseason games. And then he's going to be like, you know what? Maybe we're not as good as I thought. We can go out and go get it, Deebo Samuels. We can go get a DK Metcalf. We can go get an edge rusher. We can go get this. We can go get something in the trade market. Because there's still players out there that are still viable to this, that could be help this Dallas Cowboy team. There's still a lot of good options out there.
There are.
I mean, even though we did lose Julio Jones to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which I'm sorry to say, I know we're not talking about, but that was one of the Cowboys.
That's why we booted Big Game. Hey, Big Game. I'm sure at some point you'll hop on here and check him out on Pewter Perspective. Even though pewter is not a real color, I don't care what you say. But you can check him out for sure on that, and I know he's going to have something to say when he sees that, but that's okay. But yeah, did we lose out on Julio Jones? I don't think so.
I'm
Because
glad we
here's the
didn't.
deal about Julio Jones. Yeah, here's the thing about Julio Jones. He racks up a lot of yards, but doesn't rack up a lot of touchdowns. In his career, in his 10-year career, he's only had 3 seasons where he had more than 7 touchdowns. Just think about that.
Oh.
3 seasons where he's had more than 7. 3 out of 10. And this is an elite receiver. And you have Matty Ice, right? You have Matt Ryan. And some people say, well, you have Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan can throw the ball.
Yes.
Then the other thing is, well, they ran the ball when they got in close. Well, why didn't they throw it to Julio Jones if he's such a big body? Like I said,
because
he had yards.
He had yards, but in the red zone, he was non-efficient. And I had him in fantasy one year, and every time he always dropped balls in the end zone. I remember he was playing the Dallas Cowboys one year. He was wide open. There's not a defender within 30 yards of this dude, and he just drops the ball. I'm like, seriously? And he's always injured. He's always injured, and he's older now. You can't. But now that he's with Tampa Bay, watch him. He's got a full healthy season. He's going to be like the number 1 wideout in the league. He's probably going to do all this and that because he has Tom Brady. But at the same time, you have Dak Prescott throwing to him. It wouldn't have been a good fit anyway.
Yeah. But, look, there was another Hall of Fame receiver that thought that, hey, if I get with Tom Brady, I'm going to get me a Super Bowl ring. His name is Randy Moss. And you know what? Never got a Super Bowl ring. Never. So, and this was, Tom Brady with the Patriots. So, like I said, I'm okay with that. I'm excited about Tolbert. But here's the thing with Tolbert. Okay. Yes, he's a rookie. He's a solid receiver. The question now, as we move to positions, the question now is CeeDee Lamb, can he move to the outside receiver position? Can he move to an X or a Y? Right? Because that's where Amari Cooper was. Because he a lot of times played in the slot, or he would motion at the beginning of the season when Kellen Moore would do that kind of thing and then stopped. But can he be a true 1 receiver? And if you have Tolbert as your 2, or Gallup when he decides, or not when he decides, when he can play, right? And there's that part of it. There's going to be questions there in that receiver room. There's just going to be questions there. So, and I don't know if they're going to be answered.
And I think that's what everyone's waiting to see for the Dallas Cowboys, right? Because we want to see if CeeDee Lamb can make a big jump, if he's capable of being a top 5 wide receiver in this league, which I hope him moving closer to Dak Prescott in the locker room maybe help him a little bit. I don't know what the case may be on that. But the one thing, CeeDee Lamb has great hands. He has one of the best hands I've ever seen out of college. That's no knock on no surprise there. But the thing on CeeDee Lamb is his route running. His route running is not the perfect, and that's what Amari Cooper, I hope, brought to him, because Amari Cooper was an exceptional route runner. His feet work
was known for that.
That's second to none, I believe. So hopefully CeeDee Lamb learned that from Amari Cooper and can bring that to the next level, be a number 1 wideout receiver. We're just watching some camp highlights and everything like that. I'm telling y'all, man, Vasher's going to be a stud. I watched.
You think so?
I watched some old Texas Tech highlights of him the other day. With that big frame body and dude, that guy. I think it's going to be. I think he is a high ceiling, and especially with I'm going to say Kellen Moore, if he plays the play calling right. That's the thing. I don't know if I can trust him, but I think that he is going to be a top 2 or top 3 receiver on this team until Gallup gets it really back to healthy.
Yeah.
The new wide receiver that we have to go up and get the ball, he's a rookie. What are we going to see out of a rookie? And we don't have the best. And I love Dak Prescott. I hate knocking this guy, but until he proves me wrong, he does not throw you open. He does not throw you open. And
he does not.
And so you're going to have to get some separation, and I think that he can do that, but he is a rookie, and let's see what the heck happened with that.
Yeah.
But there is a wide receiver out there that I would love to bring back. His name is Cole Beasley.
Oh.
Oh, come on.
And no, please. I was misty-eyed when Cole left, because I thought And I still believe Cole Beasley was a good receiver. But he has many years on him. He has some bruises and scrapes. He's a reliable receiver. He's a reliable receiver. As in, he doesn't get hurt often. He plays through it. I just don't know if that's the guy we're looking at now to shore up our locker room, our wide receiver room. Man, that is, it's a stretch,
Yeah, but he brings that veteran presence. I'm not asking him to be like every down wide receiver, but he will get you that third and short yardage that you need. He's another end zone threat that you can get to 1 yard line. And James, Cole Beasley, oh hell no. And I'm just saying,
what's good, guy?
I'm just saying, Cole Beasley, he's been around the block. He knows the system. He's another weapon that we can throw in there whenever times get rough, I guess you can say. Like, we know what he can get you that 1 or 2 yards on the route line. Like, I'm just saying, he can do that little flat run and get you like 5 yards before he gets tackled.
That's okay. So
I'm just saying, I would not be pissed if they got Cole Beasley.
I hear what you're saying.
If the market's right.
If the market is right, but that's gosh, that's tough.
Who are you gonna put in the slot right now? Who are you gonna put in the slot?
And that's where I think you could possibly put Tolbert, maybe Vash. I don't know. You've got to be creative. Kellen Moore's just gonna have to be creative. Yeah, I agree. Trouble. It's gonna be tough, man.
You can put Pollard there. Here's a receiver. Get him more touches.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. I mean, I don't think Landry's been signed by anyone yet.
No, there's Odell Beckham Jr.
There is Odell Beckham Jr.
He's not a locker room cancer. He went to the Rams and won. I'm just saying.
He's not a locker room cancer. He's not.
You put him and Dak Prescott together. His dad would be showing some video highlights of Dak Prescott, and not in a good way on YouTube.
I mean,
Landry's in New Orleans.
It's just, right. He is okay. Thank you. I can remember. Yeah, it's tough, and so I do think it's going to be one of those parts where you have to wait and see what shakes out for other teams. If you're going to try and go for the Metcalfs and the Debos and all of them, you're going to have to give up a lot. Picks and players. And at this point, who do you give up? And I know everyone will say Zeke, get him out of here, but he has too much tread on him.
Hey, but he's on an expiring contract, and the Seattle Seahawks also lost Carson for the whatever. I'm just that'd be a good trade for the Seattle Seahawks. The expiring contract, you don't have to deal with it. You're not going anywhere anyway this year anyway without a good quarterback. That would be. I don't think they'll do it, but I'm saying the same too, because for some reason Jerry Jones loves Ezekiel Elliott because he had one good year his rookie year because the league couldn't figure out him and how good of power now after he got tape on him and after his flashing incident with the lady and got suspended, and after that he's just been downhill ever since. Pollard's a way to go. Pollard's our feature back. Everyone knows that Pollard's going to get paid this offseason, so Zeke's going to have an incredible. He's going to have a Mark Henry, a Derrick Henry kind of year to even think about getting the contract.
That's a different show.
I always say Mark Henry.
You know what? Stop it, James. Stop it.
Can we block him?
That would be horrible for Seattle. Yeah,
What? Seattle's not going anywhere.
I actually think it's true. It's true. But I would actually look at. Well, I would also look at Will Fuller. He's available. He's 28.
Yeah, he can't stay healthy either, though.
Well, I mean, what are we looking for? That I guess that's the real question. What are we looking for?
Well,
If
if
we're
you go
moving
by Jerry
CeeDee
Jones,
out,
well, if you go by Jerry Jones, what we're looking for is for healthy people because that's his number one scary thing. He's not going in the playoffs healthy. Okay, I thought we were healthy
so
last year.
why do you keep signing people that are not healthy?
Exactly.
Why do you keep signing people that are not healthy? Right? Why do you do that? And then here's the other part. Schultz is on, right? He's on a one-year contract basically at this point, right? His franchise tagged, yeah. So Ty is yeah. And so here's the question: is Ty Hilton available? Yes, he is. Ty Hilton is still available, but Ty Hilton is 32. So, there's that part. He's 32 years old, right? I mean, it's just not. When you look at the list, it's just not a great list.
And Deebo Samuel's still out there.
Not for a reason. For a reason. Deebo is not out there. He is still on a team that doesn't want to pay him the way he wants to. He wants to leave, and I've said it's because of Trey Lance.
It's exactly right.
Deebo wants to leave.
After they announced that Trey Lance are moving on with Trey Lance, that Deebo Samuels knew what was going on. And it's reported today that him and DK Metcalf did report to training camp, but they are not practicing.
Yeah. Nah, he ain't got 1 year left in him, bro. This is over. Yeah. I would love to see Deebo here. But here's the problem with that. And I hate to keep going back to this, but would Kellen know what to do with a Deebo Samuel?
No.
Would he even know what to do with it?
No.
Because to me, you have that in a CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb to me is that dynamic. I think he's that dynamic. I think he could be.
We didn't see in the playoffs.
He's well, what did we see in the
nothing.
playoffs?
We saw nothing. We saw
exactly.
We had one good drive in the second quarter where we thought all right, here we go. When we cut the lead 13-7, then all of a sudden Kellen Moore started doing the Kellen Moore things and stopped doing what worked.
There you go. And James, to your point, Deebo is about to get paid. Hey, guess what? Guess what Dallas does? Dallas likes to pay receivers. We've done it for decades.
AKA
right? Michael Irvin, Dez Bryant, Amari Cooper. I mean, the list goes on and on. Alvin Harper. Dude, we pay receivers. We pay them. We'll cut you, but we'll pay you. We'll pay you first. We'll cut you or we'll trade you for nothing, but we will pay you. But yeah, it's the receiver position and really that OC is going to be tough. As the season moves on. So, and speaking of that, there's now debate. Well, there's always kind of been debate, and you alluded to it. But is Dak Prescott a top 10 QB now?
Oh, you're asking me.
I'm asking you. And before you answer, I have to say this to James. Stop it. Miles Austin, stop it. That's you being funny.
The 1 year wonder kid that got paid and nothing ever happened to him again.
Man. Larry Washington. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. Is Dak Prescott
a top 10 quarterback?
Well, let's just go through the list. This is my top 10 as of right now.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, number 1 for me.
There you go.
That's
Okay.
the Super Bowl. That's why I put him over Josh Allen. Tom Brady, still number 3 on me. He's older, but he's still top 3 in the league. Aaron Rodgers, even though I can't stand the guy, even though he walks in like freaking Nicolas Cage and the little hair
Nick Cage with Connor. I loved it, dude. I love that meme. It's amazing. Go check that out.
He actually looked pretty good, even though I can't stand the guy. I think he's a prima donna. But anyway, he's a great quarterback. He has a talented arm. He's done a lot with what he does. He chokes in the playoffs. Got to put Matt Stafford up there now. He won a Super Bowl last year. You got to put him at the top 5. They got Joey Burrow, number 6. Justin Herbert is before Dak. I'm sorry. He just is. And then I have Dak Prescott. And it's very close between Dak. I got him at number 8 right in front of Kyle Murray and Russell Wilson. The reason is because we haven't seen a lot from Dak. Like I said, he has not thrown receivers open. He had one good playoff game against the Green Bay Packers in his first year where he did enough to win that game. The defense just let him down on that, and Aaron Rodgers threw a phenomenal throw on the sideline.
Yeah.
And Matt Crosby, who hasn't hit a 50-yard field goal ever and hit 2 against the Dallas Cowboys in that game. And somehow that was going left the entire way and somehow just hooked right in.
He was due.
It was like whatever. But he has all the passing yards. People can say he's a front runner. Yes, he has a lot of stats because they're always behind. He always has to throw a lot at the end. Say what you want to, but he always leads his team back. He's a great leader in the locker room. He's a great voice of presence. He's willing to put his body out there. He's gonna have to prove it this year. He's gonna have to be more of a running quarterback this year. He's gonna have to put his body on the line to help that running game out because everyone's gonna be targeting on Zeke, and Zeke doesn't have the power that he used to have back in the day. I put him ahead of Kyle Murray because, like I said, Dak has a playoff win where Kyle Murray does not. And Russell Wilson, just because he's getting older.
Well, we kind of figured out what's going on with Kyler Murray, though.
Yeah. Dude, okay. I know this is Cowboys crying out. How the hell?
Yeah, and I'm sorry.
How the hell do you have to tell a professional athlete to study film? It's not even 4 hours a week. You go tell Tom Brady. Tom Brady probably does 4 hours in a half a day and then goes back and drinks some kiwi shake or whatever, and then goes back and watches more film.
Kiwi lemongrass.
It's not even an honor system. He has to have someone there watching him watch film, and he can't be on. If he does any of that, his contract is void. How stupid is that? I'm sorry. That's why. That's another reason. I wasn't going to get into it, but that's another reason why I had him down. And of course, Russell Wilson. I just think
that's fine.
But Dak Prescott, just by a process of elimination, number 8. But can he move up on that list? Yeah. He makes the NFC Championship game as a phenomenal year. I can see him at number 5, number 4. If he wins the Super Bowl, I can put him at top 5. But right now, it's between that 8 and 10 mark. I mean,
really, top 5.
If he wins the Super Bowl.
Okay. And I think if he wins the Super Bowl, and I think I've been down on Dak because even though he has all of the off-field qualities that you spoke of, and even some on-field, to me, and part of this is coaching, he has not progressed, in my opinion, from that playoff win and almost win. Like, he hasn't progressed. Like, I just don't see how he's gotten any better. Like, if I have $10 and I got to bet $10 in order to eat that day, and it's either between Dak or any of the other people that you mentioned, I would probably put it on someone else. Because he's just not there. I just don't trust him. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. I don't trust him.
Well, okay. His first year, let's be honest with ourselves, it was Ezekiel Elliott in that run game. That's all it was.
Absolutely.
Second year, it was Ezekiel Elliott and his controversy flashing thing that he kept suspending, and we didn't know what was going to happen with Ezekiel. He kept appealing his suspension over instead of just serving in 6 games and see whether the Dallas Cowboys probably would have had a better season if they didn't have that looming over himself. Third year, gets hurt. He gets hurt. Even though the Cowboys started 1-3, or 1-2, or 1-3, whatever the case may be, he got hurt against the New York Giants with that horrific injury. He was having a phenomenal year.
Yes.
He put his team on his back and he was playing. Yeah, a lot of those times, Dak Prescott was the guy. He was having fun. I don't know how long it would, because we've seen this with Dak before, right? He has these great years, and then by midseason, he kind of tapers off and doesn't have a good year. And then finally, last year, he comes back from injury. He gets re-injured in the ankle, and not the same sense. So this year is going to have to be the year to show what he is capable. So that's why we don't know what we're going to get out of Dak Prescott, because it's been like uneven with his career so far. So finally, he's coming off an injury-free year. He said for the 1,500th time, he's saying that this is the healthiest he's ever been going to training camp. He says this every freaking year. But this case, it's true because he didn't have any surgery this year. He didn't have any surgery or anything this year, so he's healthy. But I'm with you. I love that.
But that's the other part of it. But the beginning of the season, he's there. But it's the other piece and the other part. It's the end of the season where it's like, well, wait a minute. What happened? Is it the fact that they have a book on you now? It's the fact that okay, wait. It's still the same old Dak. Hey, I tell you what, just play the receivers tight. No problem, no issue. So yeah, there's something going on with him or the coaching or what play calling or whatever it is. And here's my thing. At this point of his career, I feel as though he should have more command of the offense. He should be able to, and it's been a mystery of who calls plays and who audibles. Like, it's a mystery who does that. And to me, that's so weird, because why is that such a mystery? It's either he does or he doesn't, right? If he's going to audible, they send in 2 plays, hey, I'm checking out of this play. Cool, fine, whatever. I get that. But if he's not able to do that at the line, how good is he? How good is he? Is that top 10 quarterback? And maybe that's putting him in the top 5 to say he can check at the line and can audible into another play at the line.
I think he has a long way to go to be top 5. He does make that adjustment this year. And I agree with you. Yeah. I don't know who's calling going to play calling. If you're Mike McCarthy and your job's basically on the line, because that's what the talk is right now at Dallas Cowboy training camp, that's all the question. Like, do you think your job's safe?
Does he look like he cares?
No, he doesn't.
Does he look like he cares?
He's getting money. He's a yes man for Jerry Jones. Let's just be straight up honest with ourselves. But if you really
look like he cares,
if he really cared, Kellen Moore would not be making the play calls for me. I'm sorry, I'm doing it. If my job's on the line, Kellen Moore's not touching that playbook. I mean, whatever the case may be, I'm the one that's going to be doing it. And see, that's the thing. We don't, because he has that big old play sheet. And he has no control over the offense. But yet he has a big old play sheet in his hand, and he's whispering something all the time. And he's always happy-go-lucky, just like Jason Garrett without the clapping. Let's just be like, he's always positivity. I mean, it's just like, whatever. I don't like Mike McCarthy. I like Mike McCarthy. I think he's a human. I love him as a human being. Probably he's probably a nice guy. I'll go hunting. I'll probably have a beer with them and go hunting with them or whatever. But do I trust him to run my? There's one thing.
No,
that I don't trust Aaron Rodgers whatsoever. I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I don't care for Aaron Rodgers. I don't do anything about Aaron Rodgers. But there's a reason why he did not want Mike McCarthy back, because he knows he can't win another Super Bowl with Mike McCarthy. Let's just be straight up honest with ourselves.
There you go.
But going back to Dak Prescott,
and that's what it is.
Going back to Dak Prescott, I think he does make adjustments at the line. I think a lot of times they're wrong. Like, you check out of a pass and go to a run when they're in the 8 box and whatever the case may be. He's reading the defense totally wrong. There's times he reads the defense great. That's what makes him a mediocre quarterback, and that's a perfect fit for the Dallas Cowboys, because he's 500 quarterback. You know what I mean?
So, but I think it's the opposite, though. Yeah, I think he checks out of run plays to go to pass plays.
I do,
because
too.
I'm looking at these games, and he's passing 56 times a game. Like, Dallas Cowboys are not going to win with Dak passing 56 times a game. They're not.
Well, no, if you look at the record, if he throws more than 35 times a game or whatever, or 25 times more a game, they like records like 2 and 30 or whatever the case may be. But if they run the ball, their record's basically unbeatable. But there are times the first week, I did not mind him throwing the ball that much, because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive line was known for stopping the run, and they only they gave up 80 yards last season. So I did not mind that, and he kept him in the game.
Gotcha.
Till the defense just cut to Tom Brady. So but I
get that.
But going back to that play calling and stuff like that, if you go back and watch that wild card game, which if you still can stomach it, I still have cringe every time I walk through.
I can't.
If you go back to the second quarter, they ran the ball. They stuck with, even though they only got 2 yards one time, they stuck with running the ball, and look what happened. They got a touchdown.
Absolutely.
And they didn't go back to it. And going back, I think was it Zach Martin? That's it. They asked him a question the first day of training camp. Oh, I love being at training camp. It's a time for me with our boys, this and that. but now we get to figure out what our identity is. I'm sorry, if you Pittsburgh Steelers, you know what your identity is. If you're Baltimore Ravens, you know what your identity is. If you're Tampa Bay, you know your. This is the third year under Mike McCarthy, and you don't know what your freaking identity is. Come on, that's not a good boost of confidence for your Dallas Cowboys right there. If you don't even know what your identity is right now going to training camp.
And that's because, again, McCarthy doesn't care. He's truly a bus rider, not a bus driver. And when you have that mentality, and you have Dak, who, again, is just the only thing that I have confidence in, or I can say, you know what, I'm truly grateful that this is here, is Dan Quinn is still here.
Yes.
And the defense is primarily still here. I mean, it's that is what I am most appreciative of when Thanksgiving rolls around. And yes, Kellen Moore is dumb. When Thanksgiving comes around, I will be thanking God for my family and my friends and the people I've met and known, and for Dan Quinn staying with the Dallas Cowboys as a DC. Because I think he's like, look, you can talk about Sean Payton all you want to. This team is mine next year. Mine next year.
And I think he knew. I think that because he could have got a head coaching job. Let's just be straight up on it. He could have got a great head coaching job. But Jerry Jones told him something behind the scenes. He told him, he goes, "Your head coach is waiting." There's no reason why you would come back to the Dallas Cowboys if he had a head coaching job waiting for him on better teams. By mind you, I'm probably sure that not better, probably better organized ran teams than what the Dallas Cowboys are. Yes. I truly, this is my McCarthy. And if you look at the Dallas Cowboys schedule this year, it's possible we're going to be 1-4 going 1-4 in the first 5 games.
Yeah.
First week, Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Second week, Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. Then we get the Giants, and then the Eagles, and then the Rams.
And listen, we can definitely talk division with the Giants, especially the Eagles. On paper, they made moves that would make you say, "Oh my gosh, that these will be the beasts of the East." Right? They made the moves that we said, this is what we need to do, right? From both the offensive and defensive standpoint, especially the defensive standpoint. But they had to do that. But on the offensive line, yes, this is going to be a tough season. And whenever you make the playoffs, you're supposed to have a tougher season. But I don't know.
If you look at the second half of the schedule, it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy.
We said that last year. We said that last year.
Jacksonville.
And
Houston.
Broncos and Raiders. And if you remember, the Texans last year, towards the end of the season, played hard. And they didn't win everything, but they were playing some teams pretty darn hard and giving them.
But that was also with another different head coach.
True indeed. And so I think Lovey's a great defensive coordinator. The guys already know who he is. They know what he can do. And so he has that defense tuned. It's just the offense, and they just got to score some points. Hell, and my thing has always been, hey, I look at teams from the standpoint of, from the defensive side, because that's where I played and that's where I coached, for Little League and stuff like that. So I'm looking at, okay, how many points does my offense have to score to win every game, right? And so when you look at Dallas, you would have to think that, okay, you should at least be able to score 21 points. If you can score 21 points a game, that should give you a great chance to win every single game.
Yep.
And there's going to be some shootouts, like we had with Kansas City, but we only play them once every 4 years. There'll be some shootouts. But for the most part, 21, 24 points a game, you should be able to win a game. If they scored that in the playoffs against San Francisco, guess what? You win the game. you win the game. Defense did their job. You win the game.
Can't argue.
So for me, it's okay. Defense, the linebackers, same with Sean Lee, Jabril Cox, not Sean Lee, Van Der Esch, the new Sean Lee, Van Der Esch, Jabril Cox, he's here, he's back, and Neal, seeing what they're going to do, how they're going to incorporate, or what they're going to do as far as the other side of the line with Take Lawrence. Yeah, man, it's going to be interesting. They've got to do something on offense in order for the defense to continue to be as well as they will be. Stephon Diggs, not Stephon, but Diggs, he's got to be a ball hawk. Trayvon, thank you. And that safety position and that other corner, they have to be solid, super solid. Not great, but super solid.
Hey.
So he can do what he needs to do.
Encouraging sign today. Anthony Brown picked off Dak Prescott in a 2-minute drill for pick 6. So the defense looks pretty hands. and I don't know if it's a good sign or not, but Michael Parsons killed Tyron Smith today. I don't know. I don't know if Michael Parsons is or Tyron Smith needs some help or whatever. But hey, at least we get the Buccaneers. At least we get the Buccaneers with Leonard Fournette overweight.
Yeah, fat man thick. Yeah, fat man thick. Like I said, I think they got him at like 260 coming in. So, it's we just got to watch him around 2 yards in from the score line. But after that, if he's 20 yards or further away, I ain't worried about it. He gonna run out of gas. He's always. Defense always had the offense, James. And look, big game. I would defer to you on that. Except, it depends on who your offense is led by, and what's going on there, because there are some offenses that were ahead of their defense. There were some. Peyton Manning, and I don't want to say who and what, but yeah. But defense wins championships, offense wins games, right? So, get off Lenny. That's my job. Hey, man, look, again, no, James, I'm not putting that up because this is not the pewter perspective. This is Cowboys cutting up. So who cares about what rookie in Tampa Bay is doing? What? No one cares.
The week of week 1. All right.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have you on for that week. We'll have you on. You come on, make yourself available, sir, and we'll talk. Tampa Cowboys first week, which we will get that dub.
So, the one time the Dallas Cowboys beat Tom Brady.
Look, like I said, we'll definitely talk that up, but I want to see what happens. Okay. Probably 0-1, maybe, but
0-2.
you got to get your Metamucil for your quarterback. Yeah, you got to get your Metamucil for your quarterback. So I ain't worried about that, brother. That offense, you mentioned Smith, and I want to mention the other Smith, Tyler Smith. I definitely want to see what he's going to do. I think everyone is really kind of a buzz about him and how he plays and where he plays. How often will he go to that tackle position as opposed to the guard? And so how often he's going to, kind of move back and forth. And so they're going to look at how many times that happens. I'm excited for him, especially being a local kid. So, see what happens and why he was given the first round grade that he was by the Cowboys. No one else.
Yeah, I mean, you could have got him in the second round for what the case may be, but whatever the case may be.
Yeah, it was, and it wasn't just the Cowboys, but it was of course, maybe it's because I have the bias. Their grades for the players they picked where they picked them were strange. Some were definitely higher than they were graded by others, but some were lower. They were graded lower by others, and we got a good steal. So I mean, it's kind of up and down to see where, who, and what, but yeah, I do think that's going to be who's a lot of eyes are going to be on, is that offensive lineman, to see what he looks like.
And can he keep the penalty?
MJ. Yeah, well, sure. MJ's good to see you. Raiders fan. I'm glad you finally came over to see what it looks like to be a great fan of a great team that has won Super Bowls, in this era. Well, not even this era, but, real Super Bowls, man. Not AFL championships. I know they won AFL championships. But to your point, MJ, Cowboys front office is out of touch. Well, I can't say that because they have a great front office person in Will McClay, but the rest, I don't know. I'm always going to start with you, MJ. You're one of my favorites that I don't like. Nah, man. Will is good, but it's the rest of them that. And that's what we were talking about. JJ got to go. JJ is on that literal last leg. When he was in the conference, he said, I need them to win. I need them to win. I need them to win. So whenever you hear someone saying, I need something, or it's got to be done, in that voice, in that shaky voice, I need to win. Yeah, I need them to win. But what got me is, him saying, we need to be viable in the playoffs. We need to be viable.
What does that mean to you?
You need to do better. You need to be there and stay there.
Championship game. We need to be healthy.
And again,
yeah.
Well, the question was at the end of kind of the short season that we had as far as the podcast, does McCarthy need to win to stay? I think everyone has answered the same way, though.
Well,
does he need a Super Bowl win to stay?
Oh, you say Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
See, I think if he goes to the NFC Championship game, I think he stays.
Wow. Okay.
The reason just make it. We haven't been to the NFC Championship game since '95.
So not even make the Super Bowl, just make the championship game.
Well, Mike McCarthy can go to Jerry Jones and look, you've had all these coaches. I'm the one who got you close to the Super Bowl. Why not? We're one step away. Why can't you beat me?
Yeah.
And I'm a yes
man. So we did it Jerry's way. Is what he'll be able to say. We did it your way. I just helped. I was you on the field.
But I will say this:
that's scary.
If Mike McCarthy starts off 1-6 or 1-5, which is possible,
yeah,
get ready for Dan Quinn to be your head coach for the rest of the season.
He's never done that. He's never fired a coach.
With Dwayne Phillips,
that was the only time he's done it.
Nah.
And he said he hated doing that. It's the only time he's done it.
Yeah, but Jerry's also 80 years old now, and he wants to win. And you saw how pissed off he was at Mike McCarthy and the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, we never saw him that emotional after.
He was very, very emotional. He absolutely was. He really was. Yo, MJ, for sure. When the season kicks off, bro, we're gonna figure it out. He was definitely upset, and it's. I don't even think I remember him that emotional.
He didn't even talk to the media after on the 103.7 The Fan. He didn't talk to anybody.
I don't think he was that emotional after a loss. I can't remember.
No, not like that.
And I not like that. So I think, yeah, he definitely knows his time is near. He's said that he doesn't know how many more of these he's got in him, as far as seasons. They're the richest franchise, but that doesn't matter in the whole scheme of things. So, there has to be something that pulls him in, right? Where he has to say, look, okay, fine. Steven, Will, y'all got it. I'm going to stay out of it.
I'm just going to be an owner. I'm going to stay out of it. I'm just going to write the checks. It's hard for him to do after he's been doing it since 1989. He's once. It's hard. It's hard to trick a rabbit new tricks, right? Or dog new tricks. Why I say rabbit?
Yeah.
But like we said before backstage, Jerry wants to prove, and this goes back to Jimmy Johnson after he announced he's going to be in the Ring of Honor. That was 2 years ago, and that still has not happened. And Jerry Jones says there's no plans for anyone to go in the Ring of Honor as of right now. So basically, what this is Jerry Jones saying, I can this 25-year gap or 27-year gap of him and Jimmy Johnson feud. He wants to prove that he can win a Super Bowl without Jimmy Johnson, and the facts are not behind him right now. Let's just be straight up honest with ourselves. So it's just Jerry. No. Jerry's never going to be until Jerry's 6. And I hate saying this. I love Jerry Jones. He's a good businessman. I would love to party with him. I love Jerry Jones. But he's never going to get out of the way. He's set in his ways. He's never going to let his until he's going to be 105 years old, rolling them out on the 50-yard line. He's like, we can still win the Super Bowl like this here. And like, come on, man. Like,
do you think?
Let
me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Do you think Jerry Jones has signed a deal with the devil for him to stay alive to, in order for him to win a Super Bowl, to see him win a Super Bowl, and so in order for him to do that, basically he just looks and sounds horrible each and every season, worse and worse and worse. And he has more and more kids pop up and more controversies pop up.
And see, here's the thing. I truly believe that was the curse. That daughter of I think it is. I think because it started back when she was conceived or born. I can't remember which one. I don't forget how old this girl was. But it started on that era. And ever since then, we have not done jack crap. And like we've lost every miserable way possible. Yeah. Well, since now the cat's out of the bag, you say the devil brought it out. And then if you think about it for the last 5 years or 10, Dallas has not really been in news really back when we were winning Super Bowls, right? We had Leon Lett issues, we had Nate Newton issues, we've had Michael Irving issues. Like every year was something like someone got arrested. Now what happened this year? Jerry has a baby, or you didn't know about 27-year-old baby that we didn't know about. Joseph almost gets in jail for murder.
Oh, man.
The stars are aligning, man. The stars are aligning. Maybe it's a new era where I would not be shocked if Jerry did do so. And if he did, thank you for taking one for the team, buddy. I'll listen to you every day if we win the Super Bowl and you made that deal. Props to you, Jerry. You'll be the owner forever that happens.
The owner of the millennium.
Yeah,
it just seems to me like he had it feels like it's been that kind of situation since the departure of Jimmy Johnson, and it's just gone downhill. And it's like, look, I would just go ahead and I'm just going to ink it. Look here, devil, if you just give me one, I just want one more, and here you go. I don't know. It just seems like nothing has gone right.
No.
Since. And maybe that's part of it.
Well, if you go back, the chance we have 2014, Dez caught it. if they change the rules after that year, after
Yeah.
Dez caught it. That's it. And how ironic is that Mike McCarthy was the one who challenged the play, and now he's a head football coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Devil? I don't know. Devil line? I don't know. Matt Crosby making a 54-yard field goal, which he did not make all season long, and somehow hooked it right in to win. Aaron Rodgers throwing that. Dude, I'm just saying, like, Cowboys lose in every worst way possible. And I'm just saying, I think that had to do with the curse. That is the curse. I'm telling you. If I were to get Jerry in the room, I'm
Do you think it started?
The curse.
Do you think it started when Romo muffed the field goal when he dropped it against Seattle?
Yeah,
when he muffed that.
Yeah, because we weren't.
That's when it was like around that time,
right? We had our down years but I mean that was early 2000s, and then ever since then I'm just went. and we had a black cat run around the Jerry rule too. I'm just saying, Jerry Jones.
These things are starting to line.
Yes, I'm telling you.
I'm just saying it just seems like ever since that muffed field goal attempt.
Well, that was our last.
With Romo.
Well, that was I think that was our first real playoff appearance since the Troy Aikman days. And we're like, all right, and that's whenever you're right. Thanks a lot, Tony Romo. You were my favorite Cowboy. Now you're not. And I
because he was Tony a backup. Romo. He wasn't even starting. This is the backup.
Well, he was starting, and then he
didn't start.
He didn't start the season, but he came in the middle of the year, and they couldn't replace.
Yes,
Bill Parcells did not want to replace the holder, for whatever the case may be, because apparently that's a hard job. I don't know. Apparently, Tony Romo it is. And I still contend with this, dude. I'm not bad on Tony Romo, man, but I still believe, and y'all can shoot me. I don't care. Y'all can give me hard times on the comment section. If Tony Romo came back in 2016 after his injury in the playoffs, I still believe the Dallas Cowboys would make at least the NFC Championship game. I truly believe that. Tony Romo's never had a full team. Tony Romo never had a full, except for 2014, and we all know that was not his fault. Let's just be sure of it. Dez caught it. I'm just saying.
Dez caught it.
Well, let me ask you this, since we're already off topic anyway. We have 8 minutes left. As great as Tony Romo is in the booth, would you like to see him as a head coach for the Dallas Cowboys? I think it'd be great.
I think so. If he stays in the plays and continues to do the film work, which it looks like he does, he's a very cerebral player in person. So yeah, I think he definitely could be definitely in at least a QB coach, and then go to an OC. It seems as though he knows what he's talking about and can sniff out the defenses and can say, hey, this is the type of play you should run, or this is the type you play, or they're probably going to run this, that, and the other.
Just listening to him on the broadcast, but interview, dude, like he knows, like he studies the film, like he knows
the game.
What the defense is going to do. And let me tell you this: if Sean Payton was a head coach instead of after Bill Parcells, Sean Payton was a head coach with Tony Romo, you cannot tell me they wouldn't have won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
you cannot tell me that. I'm just going.
They would have a good chance, but here's the problem with Tony Romo, and you know this.
Oh, here we go.
I know you love him.
I love him.
Okay, you already know what we already know what I'm going to say, right? You know what I'm going to say.
Say it.
He would have got hurt somehow, some way. He would have been hurt. He would not have finished that season.
He hurt himself because he was carrying this team on his back with no weapon. His defense was no help. He finally got a running game, and he stayed healthy all through that year with DeMarco Murray. Just saying, the guy had a punctured lung and still played phenomenally well.
Because they had to, because they were down. They were down so far.
His offensive line sucked at the time. until 2014 when the Dallas Cowboys started going offensive line. Just saying. Hey, and going back to stars realigning real quick, he did win the celebrity golf championship.
He did.
So
He
it's
did.
Cowboys, man. Everything's lining up. Just saying. And I'll be really pissed off. I'll be really pissed off this year. My favorite team is the Golden State Warriors. They won the championship. My favorite team is the New York Yankees. They're looking pretty good. Well, except for these, whatever. They're looking pretty. All I need is the Dallas Cowboys at least make it to the NFC Championship game. But Dallas Cowboys always running for me. I'm having a great sports year, and then all of a sudden they lay an egg, and then my whole year's crap over. Let's help. And then my wife has the audacity to tell me, "Why do you keep rooting for this team? They just leave you a disappointment." I go, "Because that one year they're going to win the Super Bowl. You do not want to see me on social media. You think I celebrate when the Warriors win the championship this year? Just wait till the Cowboys win."
Now, I won't go Philadelphia crazy. I won't go Eagles crazy, but I'm going to have something for the public. I'm going to have something for the masses. All of the hate that I get, all the vitriol that I get for being a Cowboys fan, and I am a Cowboys fan. You see it here. I'm a Cowboys fan. I've been here. I will stay here. But yeah, especially being in a house that is divided with this Kansas City folks, trust me, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing.
Are they really Kansas City fans, or are they just like Patrick Mahomes?
Oh yeah. No. She was born in Kansas City, Missouri. You know, dad played for the Chiefs. No, they're red and yellow. They're Chief Kingdom or whatever crap they call themselves.
Because now we have a lot of Texans fans that are Kansas City Chiefs fans because Patrick Mahomes with the Texas tag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No. They're not bandwagon. They've been there from the start. So even though it's funny because I have to tell her some of the Chiefs history, and I'm like, dude, you have literally history sitting next to you. But like Christian Okoye was one of my favorite running backs. The Nigerian Nightmare. I just love watching him run. With that big neck roll and just. But yeah, I always Priest Holmes and Steve DeBerg, and like I like the Chiefs and the AFC, but the Cowboys in the NFC. So I don't know. It's going to be fun to watch. So I'll be watching training camp, seeing what they're doing, seeing what's going on, seeing what's happening.
I do
and
apologize.
That's kind of just where we are with that.
I apologize. I couldn't
get us.
I couldn't get us media credentials to Oxnard this year. Jerry went on. I guess he watches the podcast.
That's fine because you know what? The bathrooms here are awesome, and there's no line to them, so I'm really good with that. I'm really good, and I don't have to. I mean, I'm already paying for it, so all to the good.
I want to know how reach out to me on Twitter or whatever the case may be. I want to know how y'all pay to go to a Dallas Cowboy game. Like, who has that kind of money to shell out for? I was just trying to find upper rows $500. How the hell do y'all get tickets?
Yeah,
for your life savings or what? Like, then you got to pay for park.
The 400. The 400 section is $223 or something like that. My wife was like, "Hey, you guys want to go to the game? You can be in 400 section." Like,
no,
I'll sit at home
and pay $30
and I have to pay for parking.
Yeah,
exactly. No. Now the preseason, so the camp, that's free. You can go into camp, walk in, sit down. That's great. You just got to make yourself to Oxnard. But if you can get there you go. You just have to pay for hotel and all the other fun stuff. But I don't know how they do it. I don't know. But look, I'm J-Stogs. That is Trey. Trey, where can we catch you, man? You're on a lot of stuff. Where can they catch you?
Okay, so took a break from radio till football season starts, till August when high school football season starts. You can catch me every Tuesdays and Thursdays right here on my Facebook page. We called Hill Country Nation. We cover all the local small schools here in Texas that don't get notoriety like the big schools do. Like, so we try to give the small schools some lows from like 2A all the way up to 4A who don't have radio stations. And so what we're doing is this week we're starting interviewing. This month we started interviewing all the small school head football coaches and getting them notoriety and stuff.
Awesome.
We're catch us tomorrow night every Thursday, and we're going. It ain't just here in the Hill Country, man. We're going all over. Now we got Refugio, Powerhouse Refugio, joining us as well too.
Hey, awesome.
So that's why.
Awesome.
That's about it.
That's good stuff, man. Hey, congrats on that. Yeah, good stuff. Hey, again, that's Trey over there. Make sure you catch him, Hill Country, in the sports and everything for Texas high school football. Some of the best football you will ever be in privy of. So
real quick, my cousins, we lived in Roswell, New Mexico, and my cousin was a state championship in New Mexico. I'm like, congratulations, but y'all didn't win in Texas. And they just moved here from Texas about 20 years ago after they won the state. He goes, oh my God, Texas football is so much. I'm like, yeah, y'all don't even got to. They win 6 games, and our 3A could probably beat y'all 5A. I'm just saying, like, it's different beast.
There you go. It's different. We hit different. Hey, make sure that you like, subscribe, slap that bell so you know when Cowboys Cutting Up is on. Excuse me. Thank you to ASAP, All Sports All Plays Network. Catch us on Roku as well as Big Game Sports, Buzz and Big Game Entertainment. Yo, y'all have a great week. Let's go, Cowboys.